Hey guys, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk doing another episode of their latest Rekkid is Great. And in this case, this is some local material to me here in Western Kentucky. So the singer-songwriter S.G. Goodman, Sheena Goodman, that's not her on the cover holding the snake, with her album Old Time Feeling, which came out in 2020. So it's her debut album, at least under her name. There was sort of a DIY release by a band called the Savage Radley, which features her, and I think is generally the same players on this as well. This is on Verve Forecast, so no longer on the ultra indie label called Slough Water. And unfortunately, I don't have that Savage Radley record to show you. And here's the back. And if you saw my contest entry for Sack Labeth, when he wanted you to do 3 local bands, and I talked about Kentucky bands, I talked about her on here. If you want to see what S.G. Goodman actually looks like, there she is. And so she's currently based in my hometown. She grew up in Hickman, Kentucky, which is basically as far south and west as you can get in the state of Kentucky. Co-produced with Jim James from My Morning Jacket, an untamed rock and roll truth teller. So how would you describe this? She would probably be generally labeled as Americana. Um, she is gay. She is pretty liberal politically, so she's not going to make it in the mainstream country world. Also, um, there is a lot of this will rock in spots. Some of it will be a little bit folkier in spots. I saw some interviews. She kind of described her music as Delta folk, because in a sense, that extreme southwestern tip of Kentucky, they actually there's actually some places where they grow cotton. It's almost culturally more like the Delta than it is like other parts, kind of south meeting Midwest, as opposed to, you might be thinking, a lot of times when you think of Kentucky, you'll think of Appalachia when you're thinking about eastern Kentucky. I think by far the strongest track on here is The Way I Talk, which is the first track on side 2. There's a video for it. The song's just got this great slow build, great lyrics, great storytelling, because a lot of what kind of drives her is kind of like the conflicts of both the good and the bad parts of being from the rural South. And that's what drives a lot of her lyrics, a lot of the music. And that song will kind of really does culminate in the last minute or so with it's a slow build, but you eventually do get some pretty heavy guitar in the end. But there's a few other good tracks on here as well. Old Time Feeling, Burn Down the City. There's a few tracks that are a little kind of sort of your generals. They sound a little bit too generic, female singer-songwriter type of stuff. But there's enough good songs on here that this is something I would recommend. Looking forward to what she does in the future. So, S.G. Goodman, Old Time Feeling, Verve Forecast label from the year 2020.